How's it going, guys? Ian here from Central Coast Disc Golf. Gonna do a little commentary on a round I played at Whistler's Bend in Roseburg, Oregon, with three awesome people I met on our disc golf. And leading off here is Corey. We're on hole one here, and this one's pretty much just straight. You just gotta throw through those trees. Yeah, pin's kind of tucked right next to that biggest tree in the middle. And this is me. And I'm throwing a drone here, kind of on an Annie and hoping it fades back at the end. I kind of left it out a little wide, but I gotta look about pin high. And here's Sarah. Gives it a good rip. Fades out just a little more than she wants, but she's also pretty much pin high. And here's Paul.
There you go.
Beautiful looking drive.
Yeah, got straight, didn't it?
A little bit.
Oh yeah, he's parked. So here is Corey for his bird. And not so much. Here is Sarah with her birdie look. Oh, just a little short to the right. And here is me. That's my wife in the background over there.
Nice deuce.
And those are my two puppies. And I got a birdie. Woohoo! There's Paul tapping in his bird. Nice drive, sir. And me and Paul got birds. Corey and Sarah with pars, and we're on hole 2 here. Kind of straight, and then want to have it bend to the right a little bit. And once you get close to the pin, it's pretty much jail. So you kind of just throw it down there and hope you get lucky. And this is me throwing a river. And I didn't hyzer flip that one quite enough. And it went way to the right. Horrible shot. Here is Paul with his drive. That's a nice looking pull. Oh, caught tree. He's still pretty close though. And here's Corey. Nice drive, just a little short. And this is gonna be Sarah. Roseburg and a Whistler's Bend. This course is amazing. Has all the shots you want, like tight wooded shots, huge open shots, elevation. Really awesome course. Here's Sarah with her second shot, and this one didn't put quite enough Annie on that one. And if you can see me back there in the tree, this is me with my second shot, and I'm throwing an Annie with my eye on, and it got close enough for a par. There's my ridiculous dog running around. Here is Paul with his birdie look. He's just laying up for a par. Here is Corey with his birdie look. Just a little high. And here's Sarah with her par putt. Get it. Oh, just a little short on that one. So Sarah taking a 4. Everybody else got a par.
Yeah.
And we're on to hole number 3.
Yeah, it's like once you get to 14.
This is a lot more uphill than it looks, I think. Oh wait, sorry, this is actually downhill. I lied. It's a ton downhill. I'm just throwing an eye on right here, and I didn't flip it quite enough.
Sliding out.
But I got down there at least.
Yep.
There's a pretty tiny gap you're throwing off right here. And there's Paul.
Oh no.
Oh. That one faded out too. I think he might cut a tree. Not entirely sure. Here's Corey.
Get off that.
Nice drive. Good kick too. Ooh.
Hey, all right.
Nice look from Sarah.
Matt Speedy. Matt.
She gets down there. She got like 15 footer for bird. Here's Paul with his birdie look. Probably got about a 45 footer. Looks like he's giving it a run. Hit a tree. Here's me with my second shot, and I'm just laying up on her here. I didn't really have a very good look with some trees, and it was pretty far. Here's Corey with his birdie putt. Oh, a little to the right. Here's Paul going for par. Oh, just off the cage. And there's Sarah for bird. Nice putt. The lady showing the guys how it's done right there. She gets the lone bird. And I'm one down, everybody else is even, and that's gonna make us the whole 4 here. Par 3,
All right,
pretty good
fire when
dogleg
ready.
right on this one. Gotta throw it through that gap and have it fade towards the pin. And the pin's kind of sitting up on this little mound.
Flare.
And Sarah throws a really nice forehand.
That looked really good.
She comes up just a hair short, but really nice. Here's me. I'm throwing an Annie with my comment, and I probably should have thrown that a little flatter and had it fade on its own, or turn on its own. But that was pretty crappy. Here's Corey with his drive, throwing a forehand. That looked pretty good. I don't think you can see it finished, but he's pretty close to the pin. And here's Paul. Oh, looking beautiful. And he's pretty much parked for Paul. So here I am with my second shot, and I got kind of a low window. I gave it a little too much, and it kind of scooted along. But still got to look for par. Here is Corey with his second shot. Looks like he might have hit a tree and come up short. Gives it a run though, but caught another tree coming out. Easy par though. Here is Sarah with her birdie look. Whoa, just a little too much on that one. Caught the number plate though, kept it right there. There's Paul tapping in his bird, and here is me with my par putt. And I suck ass. That's garbage. I hate when I miss short putts. It's painful. Paul with a really nice birdie on that one. And yeah, here's the view of the course. It's kind of the river wraps around the edge of it. It's beautiful. I played 2 really beautiful courses while I was in Oregon. I played Milo McIver and Estacada, and here Whistler's Bend, and they both just have amazing scenery. Milo McIver is probably my new favorite course. It's absolutely sick. Pier Park is pretty cool too, if you never played that one. Right in Portland. Alright, now we're on to hole 5, 248, and this one is actually uphill. And this one's pretty uphill. And you gotta throw straight, but the window's off to the left a little bit. So you either gotta throw an Annie or forehand. And Paul Annie'd a little too much. Here's Sarah's drive and throwing straight up the hill. Nice drive. And here's Core. Looking good. Did he skip up the hill? Oh yeah.
That's a great
Gotta
shot.
have a look for birdie for sure. And here's me. I'm throwing my Star Destroyer forehand. And I didn't put enough Annie on that one. And tagged the tree. I'm awesome. Here's Paul with his second shot. And I think he'll put a little too much Annie on his. He hung it out left a little bit. He's going to have a tough par look. And all I had left was this weird backhand Annie. But I got up there pretty easily. Here is Sarah with her birdie putt. She's got about a 45-footer uphill. She gives it a go though. She's parked for a par. So here's Paul with a par putt. Got about a 35-40-footer. Bang, bang. Nice putt, Paul. Here's Corey with his birdie look. Whew, also a really nice putt. And here's me with my par look. No problem. Alright, Corey with a really nice birdie and Paul with a really nice par save. And that is going to bring us to hole 6, 291. I believe this one's pretty downhill.
To the right?
Yeah, it's decently
Yeah, you
downhill.
can see it from here.
And there's just a tiny, tiny fairway you got to throw through these trees. It's kind of an Annie backhand line or a forehand line. And if you go too long, I think you could actually go into the river. Here's Corey. I think this is a Magic, I want to say, or a Wizard, one of the two. Pfizer flips
That's
it
all on
out
the
there,
left.
gets a beautiful turn and glides right towards
Oh, nice.
the pin.
I lost,
He
that's
went
why
a
I
little
just held
short,
frame.
possibly, but it got down there really nice. And here's Paul.
Yeah, our friends have a Boston pugs, and they're
Throwing that Annie out there.
But they have this thing.
That looks beautiful. It's Annie right towards the pin. And here's Sarah.
Get over.
Oh,
Oh, that was a good
Oh.
tug, Sarah. That was a good tug.
couple unfortunate tree kicks on that one. And here I am throwing my river again. Pumping it out there and let it turn. And this one turns towards the pin. I don't know if you can see it or not. But gets down there
it's
and I get a
rolling.
nice little roll towards the basket too. Gotta love a good roll, right? So here is Sarah with her second shot, and she's got a little bit of work to do. Gives it a rip.
Hit something, go right.
I think that one faded out a little too much for her.
All right.
Daisy,
This is my second shot, and I'm just laying up for par. It was a downhill look. I didn't want to give it too much and turn a birdie into a bogey. Here's Corey with a birdie putt. Ooh, just high. Good line though.
You can be in a shot.
My wife was worried about getting in the shot. I told her it's no biggie. There's Sarah just laying up for a bogey. Looks she had a tough look. And here is Paul with, I believe, his birdie putt. Yeah, man.
Yeah, Paul.
Again. Paul, he brought his putting shoes today. Getting it in. Hole 7 here, 390. And this one, if you fade off to the right, it slopes down right into the river, a cliff into the river. So you really want to throw kind of a stable backhand or a really good Andy forehand. The forehand route it's scary on this hole. You really don't know if you're going to fade out and lose your disc. So you can see Paul threw with backhand, stable disc, and so did Corey. Kind of just erring on the side of safety and fading out. And then here I am doing the same thing. I think I'm throwing my Star Destroyer. I kind of carry 4 Star Destroyers in my bag, and this is probably my second most stable one. I have one pop top one that's just ridiculous stable.
it's a party. Here, Daisy.
That's my dog Daisy. She's hogging the tee pad. That's a nice looking pull from Sarah. Yeah, I think we're all
And
pretty
you're
much in
joining
the same
us.
area. Got kind of a downhill look, but we're all safe. So that's where the pin is, and just off to the right, it starts to get really steep, and then there's a cliff. And this is Sarah with her second shot.
You weren't kidding about that whole forehand thing, Paul.
Didn't she hit a tree on her up? And that was me talking to Paul about you really don't want to throw a forehand on this hole. Here I'm just landing for par. And kind of slides right towards the pin. Here's Corey with the second shot. Also a real nice up shot. Playing it safe. There you can see where the river is and the cliff. It's about a 40-foot cliff down to the river. And this is Sarah's par putt. A little high. I think she takes a bogey on this one. I want to see if Paul can get his bird. Alex is just laying up as well. Smart play.
What's up?
So Sarah with the 4. Everybody else got a par. And we are on to hole 8 here. 279. Pretty uphill on this one. And the fairway's pretty wooded. You got to cut through an anti-flex shot like Paul did. Beautiful drive, man. Wow, just a couple feet short. Maybe like 10, 12 feet short, but right on line. Beautiful drive. Here's Corey trying to hyzer flip something, and it doesn't flip quite enough for him. But a good kick out in the fairway. And this is probably my D3 of the destroyers, if you will. I'm pumping it out there on an Annie, and not enough Annie. I'm awful. Here's Sarah. Taking the advanced route through those trees. Oh, she gets up there. Nice drive. This is my second shot here. I'm throwing an ion from my upshot. Just a little hyzer up there. And
Nice up.
caught a tree, but it was still decently close. This is Corey's second shot. He's just laying up for a par. Smart shot. A little ring-a-ding right there. Here's Sarah's birdie look. This is about a 45-footer uphill. I think she's giving it a run. Oh, just laying up for par. And Paul's got a pretty good birdie look right here. Oh, Paul! What? He was putting so good, too.
Nice putt.
Ooh, barely squeaked in my par putt right there. Save him par. And a little par frame right there. And that's going to bring us to hole 9. 357, straight downhill, and there's a cliff like 15 feet past the pin. that's just nasty. You do not want to go long. And actually, like just past the pin, it starts to get really steep too, like steeper than it already is. It was a tough hole. I ended up throwing a putter just because I didn't want to go long. And next time I was like, I might throw a tomahawk on this one just because it goes straight and it doesn't go too far because I got a weenie arm. And see, Paul actually punched all the way through those trees and went down the cliff. Corey faded out just a little bit left. He was also throwing a putter. And here I'm throwing an ion. And I see my dog being so annoying. I hate when he does that.
Oh, yeah.
It's the worst. I faded out a little bit to the left, but it's actually not a terrible lie. I'm not going to be able to see the basket, but I'll have a look. And this is Sarah's
Nice hit,
drive.
Sarah.
And this looks pretty good, but it's... I don't know if it caught the wind, but it just faded beast mode. And she's in the brush.
Yep.
So this is Sarah's second shot. And you probably can't see her or the pin, but that was her disc.
Well, it's not lost.
And Paul's going to show us where it landed. That was a tough look. So here she is with her third shot.
Great upshot, Sarah.
Yeah, like Paul said, that was a beautiful up. That's me running back to get my... We were playing some defense in case it started rolling down the cliff. So I'm over there somewhere.
Ian's over there.
And I can't really see the pin. Here I am. Come to look at it before I throw. And I think I'm just upshotting with my ion again. And I thought I gave it way too much, but it was
Next to the
pretty perfect,
basket.
actually. You see how steep it gets right by the basket?
Paul just slid down this gnarly ass trail. It was
Yeah,
pretty
Paul
ridiculous.
bombed
Yeah,
it
now
down
he's trying to
that.
get back up.
Like, unreal. I really wish I was recording,
That
but
was
he
epic.
kind of just, like, ran over the edge and bombed it. It was super beast mode. So he did, unfortunately, go OB, though. So this is going to be his third shot. Good upshot. A little short, but he should have a Paul putt, no problem. So here's Corey for birdie, and this is pretty death putty. You could easily get a nasty roll and roll over to the cliff. But I think he might be running this one.
What a putt,
Bang,
Corey.
Corey. Nice putt, man. I offered to play
And
defense
that's
for him
what
right there, and he's
was
like, "Nah, dude, I
past
got this one. I got this one, man." True to his word. And here's Paul with his putt for 4. Also kind of a scary putt right here. Boom. Nice putt, Paul. So Paul with a 4P, Corey with a really nice deuce on that one. I took a par, Sarah took 4. And that's going to bring us the whole 10 here. 240, a little bit uphill. It's kind of just a nice, easy backhand hyzer. I was throwing a mid-range on it. It's not too far. And that was Corey's shot, and he's real close. You can see the pin there underneath that tree. And yeah, here I'm throwing a drone. One of my favorite mid-range. Gotta love that disc. So dependable. And that came up about 15, 20 feet to the right. Just a hair short. Check out that beautiful river down there. Oh, man, it was so hot. I was so tempted to go jump in. And here's Paul. Also looking pretty good. I think he got it up a little high. Came up a little short. But that was a good drive. And Sarah's batting some flies before she throws. And gets it out there. I think that one came up a little bit short too. But it's should definitely have a look for bird. Yeah, here she is. 20-25 footer for birdie for Sarah. Oh. Paul with his birdie look. Oh, Paul! Get it up. Oh, no. Oh, I hate when I do that. Front rim bangers, man. So here is my birdie look. Hope I can make a putt. Oh, yeah! Look at that. Look at that. I'm not entirely terrible. And there's Corey tapping his, too, as well. And so I actually picked a bird on that one. That might be my last birdie, maybe. God, I'm awful. We're on hole 11 here, and Corey is throwing a huge, giant Sky Annie. The pin is pretty much straight, like 400 feet uphill. It's a tough hole. And that one eventually did come back.
I didn't see the end of it.
And Corey thought he lost it, but he actually set his bag down about a foot from it. It was pretty funny. So ripping a Stardust Destroyer up here on an Annie, going uphill, begging for it to squeak over the hill.
It's a good rip.
Barely does. I think I got about 100 feet from there. This is Paul with his drive. Beautiful rip, Paul. This one might have gone all the way to the pin, but he catches that tree right there. That was a beautiful looking drive. Sarah's pumping it out too, and threw pretty much as far as I did. She throws real far, guys. Not gonna lie. So here's Sarah with her second shot. Oh, caught a tree, but I think she didn't have a par look.
Got it.
Here I am with my second shot.
I thought I hit the
A
trunk.
little hyzer bomb with
Great
the ion.
upshot, Ian. Sick, dude.
Love my ion for upshots. It's just super dependable. You can really shape any line with it. Huge fan of that disc. There's Paul with his birdie look. Really nice drive. And he's laid up for an easy 3. Here's Corey with the second shot.
Good up.
Yeah, it's parked for a par. And let's see if Sarah can hit her par putt. Oh, she gave that one a good run. But the unfortunate bug for Sarah. And we are on to hole 12 here, 366, par 3. This is a tough hole. It's open for a while, and then the fairway just pinches down, just so nasty. And Corey, because he has a giant cannon for an arm, like seriously, this guy throws farther than almost anybody I've seen. That's not a pro. Throws a huge hyzer bomb. Look at that thing, and it didn't quite get high enough. I think he actually tripped or slipped on his run up, I think. But he throws real far. And he's going to have a better look than I'm going to have after this throw. Because it was terrible. Completely missed the fairway.
You have a clean look
way
up
too
into
high.
the shot, though.
Garbage. Sarah with her drive. And this is pretty much textbook.
That's a great shot, Sarah.
Gets right in the middle of the fairway. Got a perfect spot to throw from for her second shot. And Paul with also a really nice look. Oh, I think he got a tree, but he almost hit that gap beautifully. So here's my second shot, and I gotta hit that little window. But I suck. Oh my god, maybe I'm good. God, I was so lucky. That was not the gap I was aiming for, people. Not gonna lie. This is Paul's second shot, and he did not put enough ante on that one. Look at a Prodigy P disc. I'm not sure. Maybe that was the PA1. That thing looks stable. This is Sarah with her second shot, and a nice line, but she just didn't put enough on it. Came short. Here's Corey with the second shot, and he's just laying up for an easy par for him. So this here is Paul's par look. Got about a 35-40 footer. Oh, it's a number plate. So this is Sarah for par. Oh, everybody's going up high. Here we got Corey for 3. No worries there. And after my garbage drive and super lucky upshot, there's my par putt. Oh my god. You know, sometimes you get lucky and just
Ready when you are,
just
Corey.
be thankful. So
Ready
this
when
is
you
hole
are.
13. Super duper uber uphill.
Okay.
And gonna go straight and then doglegs right and then doglegs left. And this is just ridiculous. So I think this is Corey's drive, and he's throwing a roller, but he put a little too much ante or started it too far right. And got kind of a shitty
Ooh, you came
ball.
back out, though.
At least he's not in the bush. This is true. This is me. I think I'm throwing a forehand on this one. And that one just came out way too low. And got kind of a crappy skip into a bush. This is Sarah's shot, and I think this might be the best drive out of all 4 on this hole. She's right in the middle of the fairway, and she got about halfway there. You really can't ask for much more in this hole. It's a beast. Here's Paul throwing a roller, and this is the danger of throwing rollers on a hills. If it doesn't get enough turn, it just goes forever in the wrong way. And he did eventually stop, and I don't think it's as bad as it looked. So that was Corey trying to throw a roller again, but then he pulled a Paul, and it just kind of kept going left. So here's Sarah with her second shot. Throwing it uphill. I think she hung this one out a little wide. But it got up there at least. This is me with my second shot, throwing a forehand with the Star Destroyer, and that was just, oh my god, that was ugly. I just put way too much ante on that one and way too high. This is Corey's third shot, and oh, buddy. Yeah, that's where I went right there. So this is Paul with his second shot, and he actually does have a window to the pin, I believe. And because he's a boss, he hit it.
Wow.
Nice up shot, man. That was Corey with his fourth shot, just laying up for a 5. This is me with my third shot, just laying up for a 4. That was a crappy up shot, but still close enough. The hill was super steep. That's my Ranger bag. Huge fan of that bag. If you haven't got one, check them out. The top compartment, super money. It's huge. It's huge. And then yeah, the side putter pocket, big fan. Anyway, I'll stop plugging for DD. Here's Sarah with her third shot. Yep, laid up for an easy 4. So this is going to be Paul for par. He's putting back down the hill, which always can be a little scary. Bams it right in there. Nice putt, man. So Paul with the only par on that one. And that'll bring us to the top of the world, 594 feet. And this one makes the top of the world at Dale look easy. I'm telling you guys, it is so far. And it was super duper windy when we were up there. We had a pretty decent headwind. So you're going to see some interesting shots here, I promise. This is Paul throwing his Star Wraith, and look at that headwind turn. Just beasting it on a crazy ante. Oh my god, it went forever.
Gone where?
To the right.
It went real far. So here's a for fun shot and a second shot. And same thing. A little bit less. It was a pretty decent headwind. Not gonna lie.
In the road.
No, you don't like this one?
So this is me throwing my Firebird Star Destroyer. This thing is just crazy stable. I stole it from. I was playing a tourney down in Lompoc, and it got crazy windy. So I told Kevin I need a beefy Star Destroyer, and he hooked me up. So this is that disc. I swear it flies like maybe just like a 20-foot longer Firebird. So I'm trying to put it out there on an ante, but you can see just how stable it is, and it just stables out so quick. I ended up at the bottom of the hill, and I got a pretty good ways to go for my second shot.
Yep.
And so this is my D3 Destroyer. And this one just turns in the headwind. It turns into a roller.
No, you're over there with me.
Roll at it. Roll at it.
Oh, man, this shot is wild. And I think I actually rolled almost. Yeah, I can see it right there. Pretty ridiculous.
Yeah,
And let's see what Sarah can do on this hole. It's so hard to throw like down enough. I found myself just throwing too high. And look like Sarah gets it out there, and
That's Gonzo.
oh my goodness.
That's over on 12.
Thoroughly terrifying.
Roadrunners
Dude,
do
the
not
wind
like
makes
a
this hole
headwind, I
real
guess.
hard.
Can we do it off wood
I
socket
think it's
for you?
gone.
I threw my Firebird Wraith, and it's the one over there.
So this is a Sidewinder. I think they're a little more stable than a Roadrunner.
Get some turn. Whoa, just get some height.
Whoa.
Whoa!
I think it's getting some
Where is that
crazy
thing
wind
going?
action.
Oh, down to the
We're
canyon.
really far though. Pretty good bomb. This is a tough hole. Here's Corey with his drive. Throwing an 11x Firebird. This is definitely less stable than my flat top current run Champ Destroyer or Champ Firebird. And he gets it out there and it just holds in the wind.
Oh, it's way out there.
And finishes, I want to say about like 120 feet to the left of the pin, a little bit short.
DX Rock.
And there's Corey just
This
throwing
is
a
where I've
max D
watched Corey
shot.
throw an 800-foot shot.
Look at it just hang in the wind.
That's crazy.
Goes so far.
I do kind of want to try and throw something really long.
So this is my second shot, and I probably should have thrown a Destroyer because I throw a drone and it comes up way short. And I probably should have thrown a Destroyer because I threw one from there and I parked it. Bad caddy, you're fired. This is Sarah's second shot.
Nice tug, Sarah.
Yeah, she gets pretty close. Should be an easy 4 from there. This is Paul's second shot. filmed from Sarah and me. Dual angle, look at that shit. Oh yeah. Comes off a little to the left, it looks like. This is Sarah's third shot. Not bad. I think so, right? Here is Corey with his second shot. And that was kind of bad, Corey. A little bit long, a little bit right. He can do better. So here's Sarah for a 4. Oh, comes up a little short. She's taking a 5. Here's Paul with his third shot. Giving it a run. Ooh, a little short. There's me just laying up for a 4. Here is Corey with his par putt. Oh, another one off the number plate. Tough hole on that one. 3 4s and a 5. And that's going to make us the hole 15. 369. This one's flat and then it gets really downhill. And the best play is a backhand hyzer kind of along the road. Kind of like Paul threw, but just don't hit the trees. That was nice from Paul. He's just short, but not bad at all. And here's me. I think I'm throwing Star Destroyer on this one.
That's a great throw, Ian.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good.
That's
Also
an
come up a little
excellent
bit
throw,
short.
dude. You're going to be
not
pumped
bad.
about that.
And I think Corey is taking the Annie line. Yeah, it looks like it.
Get
But
over.
this one just doesn't flip for him.
Did she get over? I can't see. No.
He kind of
You
fishes out
parked
to
the
the
other
left.
pin position?
Should be a decent easy up shot from there, though. Pretty open. Sarah's taking the down the road
Yeah,
approach as well.
Sarah.
Also really nice. Get past all those
I mean, I'm
trees
going
are
to have to
pretty
edit
much
my
good for
language
par.
out, but nice tug.
It's a pretty good bomb. So here's Sarah with her second shot. This is a tough up, though, because it's pretty downhill. But fortunately, there's some grass to catch your disc. So that was a nice up from Sarah. And this is Paul's up shot. Looks like he's just laying up as well. Smart play. Here's Corey. Also with a nice layup.
Corey.
Yeah,
That
it's
dirt
par for a
patch,
par.
dirt
And this is me. My par look, or birdie look. But that's pretty much just laying up. And there I go, grabbing all the discs. So a little par frame on that one. Paul and I are tied, I think. And we are on to hole 16 here. 543-foot par 3. Just a huge hole. It's super open, and there's kind of some woods right where the pin is. And then there's road OB kind of long and left. So you guys can worry about that. And I was trying to throw an Annie shot, and this is just garbage. Like, I don't know what this was. I just suck. Sorry. Ah. God, it's painful. Here's Corey with his drive, and he is throwing a huge bomb with the destroyer, I'm pretty sure. And that one probably went about 450, I'm guessing.
I thought there was going to be some weird...
I've seen him throw farther. He throws this crazy huge Sky Annie with a destroyer that just goes so far. I've seen him throw 550 easy. Probably 6 sometimes. I think he actually underestimates his distance, no lie. So Sarah's came out a little low on her drive, so that's her second shot. Pretty close, not bad at all. And yeah, so I had to throw 2 shots here. And they actually both finished in pretty much the same spot. They both went long left and barely inbounds. And this is Paul's second shot, and it's looking all right, but it kind of fades out a little too much and
These trees are
on
not...
the road OB, unfortunately. Here's Sarah giving it a look for par. That'll give her an easy bogey. So here's Corey with his second shot after that huge drive. That might have gone to 500. I take it back. And not bad. He's up there. Give him a look for 3. So this is Paul's third shot, or 4th shot, I think. 1, 2, 4 shot, yeah. And this is my 3rd shot. Oh, gave it a run, got a little too much turn. And let's see if Corey can get a 3 here. This would be a nice 3 on this hole. Nice putts there. And Paul took a 5 on that one, unfortunate. So I got a stroke lead on Paul here. Corey's kind of running away with it. And here is Corey on hole 17.
Keep the camera
This
on
one's
that.
kind of a bomb.
Oh,
And
coming
there's a little
back.
bit of road OB, and Corey throws, I think, a T-bird. And you see it eventually comes back right there. You can see the pin in the shadow of that tree right there. And it's pretty downhill, and then it tails off to the right over that cliff big time. So you really don't want to have it go right. So I was throwing into Annie with my Star Destroyer, hoping it would flex out, but not so much. Nope. Kind of just kept skipping on
Stay
down the
on this
hill
side of the road.
for a really crappy lie. Sarah gives it a really nice
Nice
pull.
rip, Sarah.
Go over the road. Get over the road. Nice drive.
I zoomed all the way in, and it is not on the road that I can tell.
Driving in.
Now let's see what Paul can do. Oh no. Oh, get stable. Not so much. And that one kind of went down a lot. And I think all he had out of there was just a big old hyzer bomb. You could see him pulling low, ripping high. And he hit his gap because he got it out of there. But still got a little bit of ways to go for a par. So here's Sarah with her second shot after a really nice drive. Really well placed and some quality distance. And that's a beautiful layup. So this is where I finished. I'm like across the road that went down the hill. I'm throwing up through a gap. And this is my comment, and I put a little too much ante on it. Probably should have thrown my eye on. And I've kind of finished out to the right under that tree. So this is Paul for par. Comes up a little short. Maybe probably just laying up on that one. And this is going to be Corey for a 2. Oh, good run though. Really nice drive. And this is going to be me for par. Kind of on a low ceiling to deal with here. And it doesn't help when you hit a range. Garbage. I took a stupid bogey on that one. And that's going to bring us to hole 18 here. 500 feet. Thrown across the field for about 400. And Corey rips out a huge sky ante. This is the shot I'm talking about that just goes for days. Look at that bomb.
It's crushed, though.
Made it across the field. It's kind of the pins across the field, and then there's about probably 50 feet of trees you got to deal with at the end. And here's a
Goes disc golf.
Star Destroyer Central Coast Disc Golf I hooked Corey up with for being awesome on our disc golf, helping out all the kids with their form, helping me out with my form. And that was not as stable as I thought it was going to be. It's a bottom stamp, and those ones are usually pretty stable. But Corey just has a beast of an arm. And I think we had a little bit of headwind right here. Yeah, it must be a headwind. So that's Sarah's drive, and that just goes sailing away. Got a little high on her. It's in the middle, though. Here I am throwing one of my Star Destroyers. You can see I kind of round on my throw. I'm really trying to work on that.
Sick
Where I
rip,
kind of
dude.
reach away from my body. It's trying to break bad habits is so hard. That was actually not a bad throw. It's a little far to the right, but it wasn't terrible for me. Paul has a nice rip right here. It's kind of where you want to finish, a little more to the left. That's where the pin is in the trees. And I was a little late pressing record for Sarah's second shot. Sorry about that, Sarah. But you can see it finish right there. And Paul's got a pretty good look for a look at the pin. Oh, Paul. When you hit yourself in the head, you know you're not happy with your shot. So this is my second shot, and I probably shouldn't suck so much. I faded out way too early. I actually threw a Comet as a second shot right there, and it worked out a lot better. Here's Corey trying to throw some shenanigans. A forehand roller that just turned into a forehand cut roller. Cut a tree on his third shot. So this is Sarah's third shot. And looks like she's got a par look. Giving it a run. Oh, just a little to the right. How about it all? Here I am for a 3. Not so much. This is Paul for a 3. Oh, give that one a little too much. We'll blame it on my annoying dog. And here he is coming back for a 4. Oh. So Paul took a 5 on that one, and so Corey got first, I got second, Paul got third, Sarah got fourth. Super fun round. Really appreciate these guys. They showed me around Milo McIver and Whistler's Bend, which is fantastic because I would have got so lost playing without them. Super nice people. So I'll definitely be hitting them up next time I in the Oregon area. So thanks a lot for showing me around, guys, and hope you guys like the vid. Thank Paul for all the hard work editing and filming. Did most of the work. I just did the commentary. All right, guys, catch you around.